Have you ever wondered why some people are loved everywhere they go, while others struggle to be accepted? Why some people easily influence others without force, anger, or arguments? This book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, was written by Dale Carnegie to answer exactly these questions. This is not a book about tricks. This is a book about human nature. In part 1, Dale Carnegie teaches us 3 powerful rules that can completely change the way we deal with people. These rules are simple, but they are not easy. If you truly apply them, your relationships, your confidence, and your influence will grow naturally. Let's begin. Part 1 overview. Part 1 is called Fundamental Techniques in Handling People. It contains 3 core principles. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Give honest and sincere appreciation. Arouse in the other person an eager want. These principles apply to family, friends, workplace, business, leadership, daily life. Now let's break them down, one by one. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Core message. Criticism never changes people. It only makes them defensive. Why we love to criticize. As humans, we love to feel right. When someone makes a mistake, our first reaction is to say, "You are wrong. You should have known better. This is your fault." But Dale Carnegie explains something important. No one likes to admit they are wrong. When you criticize someone, you hurt their pride. And when pride is hurt, logic disappears. Real life example. Imagine this situation. A worker makes a mistake at work. The boss says, "This is careless. You always mess things up." What happens next? The worker feels angry, embarrassed, defensive. Instead of improving, they start protecting themselves. Criticism creates resistance, not improvement. Historical example, Abraham Lincoln. Dale Carnegie gives an example of Abraham Lincoln. As a young man, Lincoln once wrote a harsh letter criticizing someone. Before sending it, he calmed down and never sent the letter. Later in life, Lincoln said he never criticized people publicly. Why? Because he learned that criticism humiliates, understanding influences. Lincoln became a great leader because he practiced restraint, psychological truth. People justify their mistakes. Even criminals believe, "I was misunderstood. I had no choice. The world forced me." If even criminals don't accept blame, how can we expect normal people to? Complaining is also harmful. Complaining spreads negativity. When you complain, people avoid you. Energy drops. Respect decreases. Complaints focus on problems, not solutions. Give honest and sincere appreciation. Core message. Everyone wants to feel important. The deep human desire. Dale Carnegie says, the deepest craving in human nature is the desire to be appreciated. Money is important. Success is important. But appreciation? That touches the soul. Appreciation versus flattery. Flattery is fake. Appreciation is sincere. Flattery is exaggerated. Sounds dishonest. Has selfish intent. Appreciation is specific. Is honest. Comes from respect. People can feel the difference. Example from daily life. Imagine someone says, "You're amazing." It feels nice, but vague. Now imagine, "I really appreciate how clearly you explained that idea today. It helped everyone understand." That feels real. That feels powerful. Workplace example. Employees don't quit jobs. They quit feeling ignored, feeling unvalued, feeling invisible. A simple, "Good job," or "Thank you for your effort," can increase motivation more than money alone. Parents and children. Children need appreciation too. When children are only corrected, they grow insecure. When appreciated for effort, they grow confident. Leaders who appreciate. Great leaders. Praise in public, correct in private. Appreciate effort, not just results. They create loyalty, ASL connection. In American Sign Language, facial expression, when emotion. Appreciation, which are warmth. Sincere appreciation must be visible, not just spoken. How to practice appreciation. Observe people. Find something genuine. Say it immediately. Be specific. Example, "I appreciate your patience today." Arouse in the other person an eager want. Core message. People don't do things for you. They do things for themselves. The biggest mistake we make. We often say, "I want, I need, this is important to me." But people think, "What's in it for me?" Influence begins when you understand their desires. The golden rule of influence. Instead of asking, "How can I make them do this?" ask, "Why would they want to do this?" Example, fishing lesson. Dale Carnegie gives a simple example. When you go fishing, you don't put strawberries on the hook. You put worms. Why? Because fish like worms. Influence works the same way. Business example. Wrong approach. Buy this product. It's the best. Right approach. This product will save you time and reduce stress. People buy benefits, not features. Parenting example. Instead of, do your homework now? Say, finishing homework early gives you more free time later. Same task, different motivation. Leadership example. Great leaders align goals, understand motivations, inspire action. They don't command. They influence. If you apply even one rule from part 1, your relationships will improve. If you apply all 3, your life will change. In part 2, we will learn 6 ways to make people like you. So stay connected, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and remember, influence begins with understanding. Why do some people instantly feel comfortable around you, while others don't? Why do some people make friends easily without trying too hard? The answer is simple. They understand people. In part 2, Dale Carnegie shares 6 timeless principles that help you build likability, naturally and genuinely. This is not about manipulation. This is about connection. Let's begin. 6 ways to make people like you. Become genuinely interested in other people. Smile. Remember that a person's name is important. Be a good listener. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. Make the other person feel important. Sincerely. Each rule may sound simple, but when practiced daily, they transform relationships. Become genuinely interested in other people. Core message. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. The common mistake. Most people try to be interesting. They talk about their success, their problems, their opinions. But Dale Carnegie says, the royal road to a person's heart is genuine interest in them. Why this works? People love talking about themselves, not because they are selfish, but because it feels safe. When you show interest, you lower defenses, you build trust, you create comfort. Example, social situations. At a party, person A talks only about himself. Person B asks questions and listens. Who do people like more? Always person B. Genuine interest versus fake curiosity. Fake interest feels forced. Genuine interest feels warm. Ask questions you truly care about. How did you start this? What do you enjoy most about it? Smile. Core message. A smile is the simplest way to make people feel welcome. Why smiling matters. A smile says, I'm friendly. I'm safe. I respect you. It costs nothing, but creates instant connection. Scientific truth. Smiles are contagious. When you smile, people relax. Tension reduces. Conversations flow. Real life example. Think about a store employee. One smiles. One looks bored. Which one do you remember? Smile even when it's hard. Dale Carnegie says, act as if you are happy, and happiness tends to follow. Smiling can change your mood too. Remember that a person's name is important. Core message. A person's name is the sweetest sound to them in any language. Why names matter? Your name is your identity. When someone remembers your name, you feel valued. You feel seen. You feel respected. Common problem. People forget names because they don't listen carefully. How to remember names. Repeat the name. Associate it with an image. Use it in conversation. Example. Nice to meet you, John. Leadership example. Great leaders remember names. It builds loyalty instantly. Be a good listener. Core message. Listening is more powerful than talking. The truth about listening. Most people listen to reply, not to understand. Good listeners. Don't interrupt. Don't judge. Don't rush. Why listening creates likability. When people feel heard, they feel respected. They feel understood. They feel connected. Example, daily life. Someone talks about a problem. Bad listener. Here's what you should do. Good listener. That sounds difficult. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. Core message. People care about what they care about. Why this works. When you talk about their interests, engagement increases. Attention stays. Connection deepens. Example, business. If someone loves sports, use the sports examples. If someone loves family, connect ideas to family. Wrong versus right. Wrong. This matters to me. Right. This connects to what you enjoy. Make the other person feel important. Sincerely. Core message. People want to feel valued, not used. The golden rule. Treat people as if they matter. Their opinions count. Their presence is important. How to do this. Respect opinions. Acknowledge effort. Praise sincerely. Example, workplace. Instead of, do this. Say, your experience would really help here. Have you ever tried to convince someone and ended up in an argument? Have you ever proved you were right, but still lost the relationship? This part of the book teaches one powerful truth. You can't win an argument. In part 3, Dale Carnegie explains how to change minds without creating enemies. Influence is not about winning debates. Influence is about winning hearts. Let's begin. How to win people to your way of thinking. This part contains 12 powerful principles that help you avoid arguments, reduce resistance, build agreement, influence respectfully. Let's explore them step by step. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. Core message. Arguments create enemies, not agreement. Why arguments fail. When you argue, ego becomes involved. Pride blocks logic. Emotions take control. Even if you win the argument, you lose goodwill. Real life example. Two people argue about politics. Do they change opinions? No. They become defensive. Better approach. Instead of arguing, listen. Respect. Pause. Silence is often stronger than debate. Show respect for the other person's opinions. Core message. Never say, you're wrong. Why this matters. Saying you're wrong attacks pride. People stop listening immediately. Better language. Instead of, you're wrong, say, I may be mistaken. This keeps doors open. If you are wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. Core message. Admitting mistakes builds trust. Why this works. When you admit your mistake, others relax, conflict disappears. Respect increases. Example. Instead of defending yourself, say, you're right, I made a mistake. This surprises people in a good way. Begin in a friendly way. Core message. A soft approach opens hard hearts. Why tone matters. People decide emotionally first. If your tone is harsh, logic won't matter. Example. Wrong. You need to fix this now. Right. Let's look at this together. Get the other person saying yes, yes immediately. Core message. Agreement builds momentum. Why this works. When people say yes, resistance decreases. Cooperation increases. Example. Start with shared truths. We both want the best result. Let the other person do a great deal of the talking. Core message. People trust their own conclusions more. Why silence is powerful. Talking less shows respect, encourages openness, builds understanding. Example. Ask, what do you think? Then listen. Let the other person feel that the idea is theirs. Core message. People support what they help create. Why this works. When ideas feel forced, people resist. When ideas feel theirs, people commit. Example. Instead of, do this, say, what approach do you suggest? Try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. Core message. Understanding changes everything. Why empathy matters. Everyone has reasons for their behavior. Understanding reduces conflict. Example. Say, I understand why you feel this way. Be sympathetic with the other person's ideas and desires. Core message. People want understanding, not judgment. Example. Instead of, that makes no sense. Say, I see why that matters to you. Appeal to the nobler motives. Core message. People want to feel honorable. Why this works. Appeal to honesty, responsibility, pride. Example. I know you care about doing the right thing. Dramatize your ideas. Core message. Emotion makes ideas memorable. Why stories work. Facts inform. Stories persuade. Example. Use visual language. Real stories. Clear impact. Throw down a challenge. Core message. People love to prove themselves. Why challenges motivate. A challenge creates excitement. Pride. Action. Example. I believe you can do this. Leadership is not about power. Leadership is not about control. True leadership is about influence without pain. Many people can point out mistakes. Very few can correct others without hurting feelings. In part 4, Dale Carnegie teaches us how to lead people, how to correct mistakes, and how to inspire improvement without creating resentment. If you want to be a respected leader, a good parent, a strong manager, a positive influence, then this part is for you. Let's begin. Be a leader, how to change people without giving offense. This part contains 9 powerful leadership principles that help you. Correct mistakes gently, build confidence, inspire growth, maintain dignity. Let's explore them one by one. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. Core message. Correction is easier to accept when it begins with appreciation. Why this works. When people feel appreciated, their defenses go down, their ego feels safe. They become open to feedback, starting with criticism. Creates resistance. Starting with praise. Creates cooperation. Example, workplace. Wrong approach. You did this wrong. Right approach. I appreciate your effort on this. There's one small thing we can improve. Leadership insight. Praise is not weakness. Praise is strategy. Call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. Core message. Direct criticism wounds pride. Indirect correction preserves dignity. Why indirect works? People don't like being exposed. Indirect feedback. Feels respectful. Reduces embarrassment. Encourages self-correction. Example. Instead of, "You made a mistake," say, "Maybe we could try another approach." Parenting example. Children respond better when corrected gently. Talk about your own mistakes first. Core message. Humility opens hearts. Why this works? When you admit your own mistakes, you appear human. You reduce resistance. You build trust. Example. Say, "I've made this mistake before too." This removes fear. Leadership truth. People follow humble leaders more willingly than perfect ones. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Core message. Questions inspire thinking. Orders create resistance. Why questions are powerful. Questions. Encourage participation. Create ownership. Build confidence. Example. Instead of, "Do it this way," ask, "What do you think is the best way?" Let the other person save face. Core message. Nothing hurts more than public embarrassment. Why saving face matters. Even when people are wrong, their dignity matters. Destroy dignity, lose loyalty. Example. Correct privately, not publicly. Protect reputation. Leadership example. Great leaders correct quietly and praise publicly. Praise the smallest improvement. Core message. Progress grows with encouragement. Why this works? People repeat behaviors that get appreciated. Even small praise builds confidence, encourages effort, creates momentum. Example. You're improving. Keep going. Give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. Core message. People rise to expectations. Why this works? When you describe someone positively, they try to match that image. Example. You're very reliable. I trust you with this. Leadership insight. Expect greatness. Get greatness. Use encouragement. Make the fault seem easy to correct. Core message. Belief creates ability. Why encouragement matters. If people believe they can improve, they will try harder. Example. This is a small fix. You can do it. Make the other person happy about doing the thing you suggest. Core message. People perform best when they feel proud of their role. Why this works? When tasks feel meaningful, motivation increases, resistance disappears, ownership grows. Example. Your skills are perfect for this. Leadership truth. People don't resist work. They resist feeling unimportant. Books can teach, but only action can change lives. By now, you have learned powerful principles about people, relationships, influence, and leadership. In Part 5, we will connect everything together. You will learn how to apply these principles daily, how they work in the modern world, how to build a better life using them. This is where knowledge becomes wisdom. Let's begin. Why this book still matters today. This book was written many years ago, but human nature has not changed. People still want respect, appreciation, understanding. Technology changed, social media changed, but emotion stayed the same. That's why these principles still work today. The core truth of the entire book. The entire book can be summarized in one sentence. Treat people with respect, and they will respect you back. Influence is not manipulation. Influence is connection. Daily life applications, family relationships. Instead of criticism, appreciation. Instead of control, understanding. Parents become guides, not dictators. Friendships. Friends stay close when they feel heard. They feel respected. They feel valued. Listening builds deeper bonds than talking. Workplace and career. People don't work harder for pressure. They work harder for appreciation. Leaders who encourage get loyalty. Business and sales. Customers buy emotions first. Logic second. Understand needs. Speak benefits. Build trust. Social media and online life. Even online. Tone matters. Respect matters. Empathy matters. Kind comments build influence. Arguments destroy reputation. Modern examples. 2025 ready. Example 1. Social media influence. People who listen, respond respectfully, appreciate followers, grow faster than those who argue. Example 2. Content creators and YouTubers. Creators who respect audience, speak simply, connect emotionally, build loyal communities. Example 3. Remote work and teams. Virtual teams succeed when leaders praise publicly, correct privately, communicate kindly. ASL and communication connection. American Sign Language teaches expression, presence, respect, Carnegie teaches the same principles in human behavior. True communication is not words, it is understanding what common mistakes people make, trying to dominate conversations, correcting people publicly, seeking attention instead of connection, forgetting appreciation. Avoid these, and your influence will grow. How to practice these principles daily. Daily habit checklist. Smile first. Listen more than talk. Appreciate sincerely. Respect opinions. Encourage others. Protect dignity. Small actions daily. Create big results over time. The kind of person this book creates. If you follow these principles, you become someone who people trust, people respect, people listen to, people want to follow, not because you force them, but because they feel safe with you. Final lessons from Dale Carnegie. People want appreciation. People hate criticism. People value respect. People follow kindness. People remember how you made them feel. Final summary, complete book. How to win friends and influence people teaches us. Handle people gently. Build real friendships. Influence without arguments. Lead without resentment. Communicate with empathy. This book is not about changing others. It is about changing yourself first. Final ending, YouTube closing. If this book helped you, apply one principle today. One smile, one compliment, one moment of listening. That's how change begins. If you enjoyed this full summary, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with someone who needs it. Remember, the way you make people feel will always matter more than what you say.